USA versus Australia World Cup match spotlights politics of soccer fandom. Carrie Lefkowitz, a soccer fan who lives in West Seattle, stands in front of a World Cup mural in the neighborhood this month. Thank you. That's a very insightful thing there just to get things started. Well, you wouldn't catch you going to any sports ball game. If you did, you'd be cheering with them. All right. Politics of soccer. Oh man. Who ate the red crayon? Yeah. All right. When Carrie Lefkowitz first heard the U.S. men's national team was going to play a World Cup soccer game in Seattle, he felt a surge of excitement. Oh man. What's coming next? The West Seattle marketing consultant loves how the legendary tournament brings fans from different countries together. He's followed the U.S. team since 1994, when the FIFA Men's World Cup was last played on U.S. fields. But now that the 2026 edition is actually kicking off, including a match Friday between the U.S. and Australia in Seattle Stadium, Lefkowitz is struggling to separate his love for U.S. soccer from his negative feelings about about high ticket prices, President Donald Trump's crackdown on immigrants. There already, huh? Think of the poor immigrants. Why does he even support the U.S. team at all? Like, pick a different country and go there. Oh man, how dare Trump pick on the immigrants? I want him to pick on the immigrants more and do other things. Trump's war with Iran, again, I'm not a fan, so I'll agree with him on that one. But well, not insofar as it means you don't support the U.S. team, though. Among other things, he said in an interview last month, geez, man. On one hand, it's hard for the 47-year-old to imagine not watching the World Cup and rooting for the U.S. players. Again, I wonder why, considering his twisted frickin' view on things, it seems. Like, why is he even supporting the U.S. players who hail from diverse backgrounds? Okay. I guess there's enough non-whites on the team, or gays or whatever, that that he can support them. I guess that's what we got going on here. Hail from diverse backgrounds and have compelling life stories. He wants them to succeed. The life stories should be their frickin' sports stars, star athletes at the world-class level, and they're representing my country. Fucking hell. He wants them to succeed. On the other hand, it's hard for Lefkowitz to imagine enthusiastically cheering against their opponents because he thinks Trump is tarnishing what it means to be American on the global stage. So your solution is to not support America and to not cheer on because it might hurt the feelings of the other team. I'm so it's not how I expected to feel about the World Cup, he said a few weeks before the tournament. I still want the U.S. team to win, clearly, but everything that goes with that, I'm conflicted. But you want them to win, you claim. This is, I knew this would be crazy, but... These are questions that many people are pondering in Seattle, an internationally oriented, soccer-impassioned city dominated by Democrats who vehemently disagree with how the Trump administration is running the U.S. and hosting the World Cup. I'm an American and very proud of the freedoms we have, Lefkowitz says, but I can't lose my humanity, and that's what I see as happening. How are you losing your humanity because Orange Man bad or whatever? God, these people need personalities. Not everyone is ambivalent. Some local soccer fans say current affairs actually won't affect their approach to this summer's tournament at all. They see sports as an escape from politics, if only. Actually, that's not true. As always, I'm kind of glad when they politicize everything because it lets everyone know just what the game is. They stop slow boiling the frog. That's actually something to be grateful of. So So yes, a part of me wants to be like, sports should be apolitical. It should be an escape from reality. But that's your bread and circuses that placates the people, and then you have less people paying attention. So no, keep going, keep politicizing everything. Make sports gay. Make sports fake and gay, fake and gayer. I'm sorry for all the people who enjoy sports, but you need the harsh wake up call. Sports need to be giga gay. But yeah, they see sports as an escape from politics. Again, ideally it should be, but I'm glad it's not, because we need these wake up calls. And the World Cup is as an opportunity for Americans with disparate perspectives to unite behind a single cause. Yes, good. That part's good. Although Mark Cairns doesn't like Trump, I would root for the U.S. regardless, unless we became a communist country or something. Based. That's great. I'd root for the U.S. unless we became a communist country or something. I have unfortunate news for him, though. I have very unfortunate news for Mr. Cairns there. He should look up the 10 pillars of communism, for one thing. We basically are a communist country. Marx would be very proud. He said the Leshy business owner who traveled to Los Angeles for the team's opening win against Paraguay and has a ticket to Friday's game against Australia. Damn, look at him going all over the place. Super fan. Leshy business owner Mark Cairns, far right phrasing, with friends traveled to Los Angeles for the U.S. soccer team's opening FIFA. Yeah, we saw that. It kind of pisses me off when I see people disrespecting the flag, added Cairns, 58, a lifelong soccer player whose favorite U.S. star is gritty, New York-raised midfielder Tyler Adams. I'm going to support the team 100%. Dana Bracht, from Lake Forest Park, agreed, writing in response to a Seattle Times call out last month. This is about athletes and teams, not about politics. Bracht, a former youth soccer coach, thinks of sports as sacred and the World Cup soccer players as kids, considering most are pretty young. The average age for U.S. players is 26, rather than political figures, she said. But it's not surprising that many other fans are dealing with complex emotions around the World Cup, said Sebastian Mayer, a University of Washington politics lecturer who teaches a class on sports and politics. Oh man, it's all so tiresome. What is wrong with people? University of Washington politics lecturer who teaches a class on sports and politics. I bet at this point they actually have a queer underwater basket weaving class. Oh man. That's so gay. Why does politics need to be in sports, just like in video games? Like I said, I'm glad it is, though, because it's waking people up. Like, they shouldn't have fucked with our entertainment, but they did, and it's actually a good thing. Sports are always political, especially during a tournament like the World Cup that matches national teams against each other, he said. So this is the politics, the professor or lecturer. Sebastian Mayer, University of Washington lecturer. So yeah, I guess that's him. Okay, interesting. Competitive caterwauling. We need articles this retard so all the signs are even more obvious to those who may still be struggling to wake the fuck up, right? Competitive pride flag knitting. Since the World Cup began almost 100 years ago, many host country leaders have used it to promote their political agendas and sports wash their reputations, said Mayer, 33, mentioning tournaments hosted by Argentina's brutal military junta in 1978 and Qatar's repressive regime in 2022. Didn't the Nazis host some World Cup stuff too? Maybe some other world event, Olympics or something? I forget. There was some like controversial thing where Germany hosted when they were getting all spicy. Yes, Torst Wolf. Hey Torst Wolf, how's it going? Even the top of the fucking Soviets use the same language. There are politics coming into this World Cup as well. Trump accepted a peace prize from FIFA last year. What? Excuse me, how? Why? Oh, maybe World Cup isn't so bad. Uh, oh man, why does FIFA have a peace prize? His administration has barred the Iran team from staying more than 48 hours at a time in the U.S. and has denied entry to a referee from Somalia. Based on the second part, I don't think wars and shit, like, I do like that aspect of sports bringing people together. I don't think the Iranian team should be treated differently than any other team, aside from, making sure they're not terrorists or whatever, I guess. But I mean, that'd be kind of wild if they had an elite team of soccer players who were also terrorists, but you never know. But anyway, point is, no, they should be under the same rules as everyone else. It's just fair. They should, if they're going to be allowed to play, they need to be treated like everyone else. And I think they should be allowed to play. Just like I don't agree with Russia getting kicked out of tournaments or anything like that, or being forced to play under different flags, or Belarus and everything. I want, like, yeah, Iran should be able to play. Anyway, U.S. has denied entry to a referee from Somalia. That's based. No, I don't know, man. Meanwhile, some Iranian Americans are protesting the Iran team as a tool of the Islamic Republic regime. That's kind of funny. Trump phoned the U.S. soccer squad before their 4-1 defeat of Paraguay, like he phoned the U.S. men's hockey team after they won a gold medal at the recent Winter Olympics. Wait, are they just mentioning that that the president of the United States? It's all globalism, bringing them together under state narratives. I'm just saying, I obviously don't like globalism. I don't view countries interacting with each other in friendly manners as globalism necessarily, though. Like, I don't see anything wrong with a bit of friendly competition, is what I'm getting at. That's not harmful in the same way as a bunch of these other globalist agendas. The referee was linked to a terrorist group, you believe? That would be hilarious. We could look up into that. It is amazing. They'll tell these stories and then just won't go into details. Like, imagine if that's just true, that, and I can definitely believe it. Imagine if that's true, that guy is linked to terrorist organizations, or at least suspected of it, and they just don't even mention that. They're just like, they stopped this Somalian from coming into the country. You don't hate journalists enough. And you literally can't. You're physically incapable of hating journalists as much as they deserve. And that's a good thing, because you would be consumed with hate and probably go on a murder spree or something like that. So, yeah. But yeah, you don't hate journalists enough. But yeah, and this whole thing about Trump phoned the U.S. soccer squad before their 4-1 defeat of Paraguay, blah, 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 blah. They're literally just complaining that the president of the United States is interacting with international sports when it concerns the U.S. team. Like, that's cool. That's cool. He should be doing that. This is retarded. How dare the U.S. president talk to the U.S. team in international competitions? Are we serious? Yeah, so he phoned the hockey team. How dare he? In this case, he made a joke about the women's hockey team, and FBI Director Kash Patel chugged a beer in a locker room scene that went viral on social media, drawing criticism from some fans. Weasel words there, some fans. It'll be interesting to see how liberal Seattle grapples with something like that, said Mayer, who grew up playing and watching soccer in Germany, and whose partner, warning sign, and we saw the picture. That's a woman, allegedly. Presumably, but they're doing the partner thing, man. His partner, yeah, major red flag. Drawing criticism from some sense. Whose partner is Colombian British American. One hyphen wasn't enough to distance herself from America. We needed 2 hyphens. Colombian British American. Bitch, choose. You get to choose. Are you British or are you Colombian? Because you ain't American. Get the fuck out. To make matters more complicated, the context is constantly changing. The U.S. team's fun, free-flowing performance against Paraguay has imbued some supporters with new hope. Trump announced an agreement with Iran on Monday that could end months of war. In the meantime, local fans are navigating this summer's World Cup politics in various ways. Ken Langner will be pulling for England because he enjoys watching the English Club Soccer League and has some English ancestry, he said last month. But he can't afford tickets to the matches at Seattle Stadium, typically Lumen Field, and as a progressive who believes his taxes should be spent on healthcare, not bombs, he said he can't bring himself to fully back a U.S. squad in this moment. Yes, because the U.S. team soccer team is the one who decides on tax policy. Fucking retards. And man, he has some English ancestry, so he's rooting for the England team. Bro. Like, imagine you do that to the logical conclusion. Well, I'm white, they're white, I'm just going to root for the team with the most white people on it. Yeah, I have English ancestry too. Let's see. He said he can't bring himself to fully back a U.S. squad at the moment. Yeah, no shit, because you hate America. I can't do it, said Lagner, 69, a retired Boeing manager who has Wait. As a progressive who believes his taxes should be spent on healthcare, not bombs, the retired Boeing manager... Bro! Are they really this low IQ, or are they paid to write this crap, or was this written by Grok with a bias against the conservative side of the U.S.? No, that's how these people are. That's how these people are. Yeah, Americans supporting other countries' team. The left is the same in every country. Here in Argentina, the left roots for Brazil and Mexico. The Boeing manager, progressive who hates bombs, has replaced the American flag he once flew outside his Everett house with a Manchester United soccer club flag. We used to be the good guys. Now we're not. Okay, let's say that's true. That's where you fly the American flag harder, stronger, bigger, and go do stuff to the people who are making your government not the good guys anymore. Like yeah. Man. He worked for one of the biggest bomb delivery system makers we've got. Yep. Man, I knew this would be bad, but this is insane. While Claire Fenton always roots for the U.S. soccer men, she saves most of her money and energy for the U.S. women. Why? Why are you... Yeah. Why are you spending all the money? Shit. Like, holy shit. She saves most of her money and energy for the U.S. women, partly because she hears players on the women's team speaking out more about issues like equality. Equality is fake and gay. Holy shit. How many times do we need to go over this? It makes me feel better about supporting them, said Fenton, 46, from Greenwood, who traveled with her family to Australia and New Zealand for the 2023 Women's World Cup. Women. Brent Fawns was trying to reconcile his mixed feelings, gay, about soccer politics, gay, by focusing his fandom, gay, on Christian Roldan, don't know who it is, probably gay, a Seattle Sounders stalwart with immigrant parents, gay. Oh my god! Dude, I'm glad we're almost through this, because the crash out is coming. Dude, he supports him because he has immigrant parents who will be part of multi-ethnic, multilingual U.S. roster. part of a multi-ethnic, multilingual U.S. roster. I hope they at least speak the same freaking language. They all need to speak English. I don't care what other languages they speak, but they all have to speak English, so I don't care how multilingual they are. I will yell for him definitely, said Fonz, gay. A Sounders supporter who lives in the Central District and has been appalled by Trump's deportation push. Gay. Of all the fucking things you complain about Trump, it's like that he's getting the immigrants out. No. Evan Williamson, 19, is also looking to the U.S. players for inspiration precisely because he feels so let down by the politicians running his country. I don't know enough about this guy to know if this is gay or not, because again, I do feel obviously the politicians running the country are letting us down, but I don't know if this is lefty, oh, the politicians are letting us down, or based right wing, the politicians are letting us down. How about not having a multilingual national roster, right? Again, like I said, I don't care what other languages they speak, but it should not be listed as multilingual, because they all gotta be speaking the same language when they're talking teamwork and shit like that. Oh man. Maybe they can show everyone what it really means to be American. No, it's fucking sports, bro. It's fucking sports. They're there to win. They're there to play. Said the college student from Seattle. Okay, so gay, who plays soccer recreationally. They could represent the ideal America. I thought they already said it was multi-ethnic. Oh! Show the strength in our diversity. Okay, gay. Show the strength in our diversity and the freedom we show to the rest of the world. Oh my god. Sebastian Diaz, a naturalized U.S. citizen from Colombia who runs the South End soccer nonprofit Cultures United. Dude, I had high hopes for you. Naturalized U.S. citizen from Colombia. You could have been good, but I'm guessing not. But we will see. We'll vote for the U.S. and Colombia. There it is. If they face off in a knockout game, what do you think? What do you think? Money. However, Diaz will back Colombia. Back to Colombia. Go back to Colombia, the 33-year-old said, partly because of how the U.S. government has been operating. A Peruvian American who organizes pickups, again with that one's not hyphenated, but same deal. Peruvian American. No. A Peruvian American who organizes pickup soccer games in West Seattle, Fio Bezo, is adopting a similar approach. She's turned off by the corporate side of the World Cup and by the possibility that soccer could help the U.S. government scrub its image after carnage in Gaza and other wrongs. But Bezo, 43, is at the same time excited for the giant world party that the tournament will bring to town. She'll definitely be tuning in. Don't believe in dual citizenship. You cannot be loyal to two different countries. Yes, and that goes for ideology too. Like, you don't even have to be a dual citizen to still be incapable of loyalty to your host country. If you're a soccer fan and you love it, it's irrational, so you can't not watch, she said. It's also situational. If the U.S. plays Germany, of course I'm going to root for the U.S. But if it's the U.S. against a small country where soccer is the biggest joy in their country, I'm going to root for the small country. Wow. Daniel Beekman. Daniel Beekman is a reporter at the Seattle Times where he covers politics and communities, telling stories that explain how government decisions affect people across Washington. All right, that was an article. That was an article. Fuck that, USA all day, right? All right. That was retarded.